Hello everybody and welcome to Retro Ratchet. So this video is going to be about the MK4 Escort. Right, so what I've actually done in this one is the theme is going to be, can you polish a turd? So as you've probably seen from the previous videos, the car has some good points and bad points, and aesthetically, it isn't wonderful. Several shades of champagne pink, but I think there's quite a lot we can do to improve it. So this video is going to be made up of maybe 6 or 7 different mini videos. So, firstly, we're going to remove these red side stripes because they just clash. They're absolutely horrible. They've bugged me from the moment I've got them. Incidentally, when you remove them, I run into further issues. There's actually a practical reason why they're there, and I reinstate them with a grey version. Yeah, so it appears that it's been used to hide paint lines. So yeah, I took the red stripes off, and if you look closely at the videos, you'll notice, yeah, there is another different shade of paint underneath and above, and it's different on the other side. So that's going to be the first one. However, we have improved that somewhat. The next part's engine bay detail. I wanted to get into that engine bay, get it cleaned up, get the battery out, get the battery tray washed out, make sure there was definitely no holes in there, and again, just clean up the engine, the gearbox, wash any oil and dirt off, and see what we're left with. It actually turned out pretty decent. So yeah, we've got some short clips on engine bay. Interior, so the interior is actually pretty mint on it. I've done a bit of detailing in here, cleaned it all up, treated the plastics, things like that, so that's actually come up really nicely, so I'm quite proud of how that's worked out. Exterior detailing, well, there's only so far you can go with a car like this without getting it resprayed. I mean, this is not something I'm going to go to the lengths like I did with the Maestro getting repainted. This is going to be just a nice usable modern classic, not something that needs to be kept in the garage. It lives outside, it gets taken to the shops. So it is a little bit of an old workhorse. So the exterior detailing, what I do is I do a little bit of machine polishing, and I treat some of the plastics and the rubbers, and that makes actually quite a big improvement, which you will see. Next, bumper restoration. Again, only so far you can go with these bumpers. These bumpers aren't grey or black. Like most of the cars of this era, they're a lot easier to restore or renovate. These have actually got a tint of kind of brown in them, a beigey brown in them, which makes it a whole lot harder. So before I clicked onto that, I actually bought some semi-permanent black trim dye, the same that I used on the MK4 Escort CD, which that worked wonders in that. So I'll show you what I've done with the trim dye. Actually, again, it does improve it a little bit. Not perfect, but we do get a bit of improvement. The wheels, yeah, I mean, it looks like some kind of maybe Fiesta pepper pots. I don't know, maybe Mark 1. I had originally thought Capri, but it turns out they're not wide enough. They're actually 5x13s. Anyway, I just really didn't think they suited the car, and I wanted the car to look more standard. I think that's where it's, where it is with this, getting it to look as standard as possible and as nice condition as possible. So I've got rid of the alloys. I've sourced some 13-inch steel wheels, just the original ones the car would have came with. That was actually a little bit trickier than I anticipated. I thought there'd be millions of these things floating about, but I did have to do quite a bit of digging. A couple of people off of various Facebook pages reached out, so thanks to the 2 people involved there. I ordered up some tyres online, and rather than just taking them to the local quick fit to get fitted, a friend who actually has the equipment needed to fit tyres and balance them kindly let us use the kit to do it ourselves. It was just more out of curiosity to go through the process, something I've never done. I thought it could be interesting to do. It does look dead simple when you watch other people, and it turns out it's actually not that easy, and I made hundreds of mistakes. So I'm not sure how much of that I'll divulge on the video or how much of that I will actually cut out. Yeah, there was a few embarrassing moments. I even got my finger squashed at one point. Anyway, so yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, we done that one the hard way. It did actually save us a little bit of money, you know, just getting tyres mail ordered. I think the tyres came from Skill. I think that's what they were called. Anyway, they were dead cheap. It was a set of 4 Kumos. I wanted not a budget tyre, just something branded. And I think they worked out something like £140 for 4. They got delivered to the house, little skinny 155 8013s. They did actually look like bicycle tyres. They were tiny, obviously with them being deflated. No weight in them at all, compared to sort of like modern 18, 19 or 20 inch tyres. So anyway, that was interesting. So, you know, we got there with we got them fitted. Wheel trims, that was another thing. Yeah, the wheel trims, I specifically wanted the Ghia wheel trims that were on these. I think they were only made for maybe a year or 2. They're quite rare, but I'd done a wee bit of research to figure out what should have been on an E or an F plate, one of these. So got a set of those. They're not perfect, but I think they're all right. You know, they'll do the job. So they're on as well, and then the last thing that we done was the body side mouldings. You might have seen from some of the walk rounds, the eagle-eyed among you, that, you know, there's a little chrome coloured strip inserted into the plastic body mouldings. I don't know what's happened to them. They've just weathered. Some of them are actually black now. The silver coating, whatever that is, I don't actually think it's paint. That's just come away sitting on the driver's side door and stuff. So I'll show you in the video a possible solution to that. I did actually do one small bit of trim, the bit that's on the front right wing. I've done that about 3 weeks ago, and it actually proved, well, so far to be durable. So then I've done the other doors, other wing, and the 2 driver's side doors. And it only cost us a tenner, but it's significantly improved the look. A little bit fiddly, but you know, you'll see what I've done in that video anyway. So I hope everybody enjoys it. Looking at the clock, we're about 7 minutes in already, so try and stay tuned. And like I said, it's just a series of short clips, rather than labouring on each of them, just quickly running through how we've got on. And they're not really in kind of time order, because a lot of the jobs have been split between different days have been done, and I think there is probably about, you know, a good 3 weeks between the start of these clips and the ones that we shot today. So please remember to like and subscribe. We're nearly at 1,000. We're at 980, so we need to get to 1,000. Please remember to give a thumbs up. So hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for the next one. Right, so today's job, the red strip on the Escort. Does anybody actually think it looks cool or smart? I don't. So we're going to get this taken off tonight. We'll use the hot air gun, and hopefully it'll just cool off. And you're going to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Right, let's start here. Right, you're going to pull it.
Okay.
So this is going to make a huge difference. There you go. Keep going. Nice one, right, now it actually looks better with only one on it, but we'll take the other one off as well. Ready? Alright. Get this one. Get in. There we go. You lift a bit. Let me get that one.
Yeah.
Right. Go. Looking smarter already. And we found a use for the red strips. That's good. Right, door. Go.
Good.
So I think that instantly looks 100 times better like that. What do you guys think? Put something in the comments.
Yeah.
Right, morning everybody. So we're going to do a wee bit on the Escort today. We're going to get this engine bay tidied up. It is nice and original, but it's pretty grubby, so I think we can improve on it. So looking on well, it's just grime and dirt on the inner arches here. We'll try and get some degreaser on that. We'll get that battery back out, get an airline in, blow that battery tray out. A wee bit of oil leaked at some point down there. We'll get that cleaned up and washed down, and then figure out how I'm going to tackle around the fuse box and stuff. I'm not going to go to far end of a fart with it, just try and get it a little bit cleaner and see how it comes up. Right, so I usually start with this, just engine degreaser, brush it on, got a toothbrush as well for if it's a bit more stubborn, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so how nice is this battery tray? Just a tiny little bit of surface rust there. Quite a bit of debris coming out at the motor
I dig in here, but it's just leaves and mud and stuff like that. But I mean, the condition's so nice under here. Some close-ups around there, and this will wash off wonderfully. I'm so glad to not have to be doing any welding up here for a change. Yeah, there's a whole load of crap. You can see how these rot out. It's just crap getting stuck in them. Under here, and this tray, I think is welded in. Yeah, so that's welded in. So that's the problem. You can't really take it out to clean underneath it. But we'll just keep rinsing it till no more crap coming out. I will of course properly dry this out before I put the battery back in and close the bonnet so it doesn't all rot, but everything's flown freely just down into that section on the bulkhead there, so I don't think we'll have any problems. Right, so let's make a start on the driver's side. It's gone really sunny now, so it's going to be hard to actually make out. But yeah, with a wee bit of oil down there and clean up, and it's just a little bit grubby this side. I've got to be careful around that. I'm not going to remove the fuse box, I'll just have to gently clean round it. Yeah, I might remove the coolant bottle if I can. Yep, and so it shouldn't take us too long. And the other product I never mentioned that you see me spraying, it's a Built Hammer Surfex it's called. It's just a degreaser. I use it 1-to-1. So I found it really good for what it does. Right, so that's all the washing down done, so we'll just get everything put back together, and then probably later tonight, when it's a bit cooler, we'll do a wee bit detailing around the engine, get some dressing and things. It's looking pretty good, it's nice and clean, no nasty holes or anything anywhere that I found, or corrosion that I need to address. So that was all we took out on that side. Side, got a close up of the battery tray. That's it, dried out now. So yeah, really happy with that. I'll get that battery back in. And this is the end result. So all looking pretty tidy. Like I said, there's a few wee rust scabs, but you know, I think it can be forgiven that because it is all original joins on the wings. Gearbox cleaned up well as well, and a wee bit of trim dressing over the plastics. So yeah, pretty pleased with that result. Right, we're going to do a wee bit on the interior on the Escort tonight. Basically just give it a hoover out, a wee clean where we can. It is looking pretty grotty, to be fair. Probably hasn't been cleaned in a while. Stuff like the air vents and things. All of this, pretty dirty. That definitely is, and that amp and stuff. Carpets all look in good condition, but I just want to see how nice that can come up. We're quite going over. Right, so that's all I'm managing to get through tonight. Seats are hoovered, front seats anyway. Carpet hoovered in the front. Plastic mat cleaned. I need a second going over. All the rubber done everywhere. This has all come up really nice. There's not really any wear or anything on this stuff, so it's well worth the effort, I think, getting it all cleaned up. Tell me what you think. I think it's in bloody good condition for a 1988 car. So I've still got the door trims to do and the rear. The roof lining's pretty mint as it is, but I think that's a good start. Morning everybody. So today's video is going to be a very short one. It's going to be in the Escort. We're going to give it a very quick machine polish. So I'm just going to use this Autosmart Evo 1 fine cut. And the paintwork isn't too bad, I just want to freshen it up a little bit, so I'm not going to do a big detailed 3-stage like I did with the Maestro Turbo, just something that's going to maybe give it a wee bit more shine before we get using it a wee bit more. So I'll do some quick videos of doing certain panels and we'll see what it turns out like in the end. Right, so this is what we've got to start with paint wise. Again, it's not too bad. I just want to get a wee bit more shine on it. So obviously just doing a quick one stage with a fine polish isn't going to correct it or take any scratches out. I don't think we're really at that point at the moment with it. Just to brighten it up a wee bit, I think. Right, and there we have it, the world's quickest machine polish. So I think that is going to be the theme with the Escort paintwork. You know, when you do look at it closely, there's a hell of a lot of imperfections, and it's had several different layers of paint over the years. It's very hard to tell on video. I mean, on video here it looks like a show car, but when you actually get quite close, you can see there's various different shades of paint, not even between the panels, actually within the panels. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a tidy enough looking car. It's just never going to be a Concours show winner, which I guess I never intended it to be, but I think that quick polish over has definitely improved it. The eagle-eyed among you might have noticed the change in the colour of the side stripes, so that's another story for another part of the video. Just a bit in there. Might be able to catch that colour difference there. But yeah, I mean, all over the car. That's the thing. So but you know, considering just the time input there was maybe an hour's worth of work, so a quick polish, I think it's brought it up very nice. Well worth the time. Just really need to get rid of those wheels. They're no helping it at all. Right, next part, we're going to look at the rubbers around the windows, see if we can improve them on the cheap. So we've got a couple of products here. My go-to products is the Auto Smart Finishing Touch, that's pretty good, and the Auto Glim Bumper and Trim Gel. So you get a little bit of a different outcome from both of them, but we'll do one on each and see which comes out the best. Yeah, the rubbers on this are in pretty decent condition, and I think it's just an assortment of just different little things like this that do overall improve the whole car. And to be fair, it doesn't take very long to do. 10 minutes we'll have all this done. So I usually do a couple of passes at least, and then try and layer it on quite thick on the last one. So that is how that looks, that one. And then the Auto Glim one, so that's going to dry off there and probably need another application, which we're just about out of. We should have enough to do this. There's a gel rather than a spray, so should probably stick on a wee bit better. Right, so what do you think of that then? I think the Auto Glim's certainly a lot better. When you look here, you can see it's a lot darker. That's a bit more patchy, so I'll probably just go over that, I think, with some Auto Glim. I'll probably have to buy some more. But we should have enough to do the rubbers today, I think, on this. There we go, finished article. So yeah, another step closer there. I think. Hello everybody, so tonight's video on Escort, I'm going to have a go at using this solution finish black trim restorer. I used it on the Mark III Astra and it did a great job of restoring the bumpers back to their original colour, so I'll have a wee go at this and see how we get on. Start with cleaning it off. I clean it off with this IPA spray, all the crap off it, just to give this a chance to stick properly. Get all the bugs off it as well, of course. Right, that's the front bumper finished with the first coat. I actually ran out of battery filming that, so probably missed quite a bit. It didn't bleep or anything. Kind of looks alright. Doesn't look how I expected it would look. Does look a bit like fake tan badly applied to someone in a few areas, but we'll see what it's like tomorrow once it's dried and maybe do it a couple of times. Maybe I'm being overcritical. It does look better, certainly it isn't as grey. I might need to take a few bits off the front to try and get into all the nooks and crannies. Yeah, some more on this one tomorrow. Right, next part of the Can You Polish a TURD series on the Escort. We'll get the back bumper some trim dye on it, or some semi-permanent trim dye. I've done the front one a few weeks ago and it seems to have lasted pretty well, so we'll just crack on and do the back. So all I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning the bumper up with just some APC just before I get started, so that the dye should stick. I'm not sure I can do the same thing with the vinyl as I did on the sides. Don't think it would stick very well to this. You'd have to like curve it around, so I'll think of a different solution for that. now. So not perfect, but we do have a wee bit of an improvement on it. It does make it look a wee bit tidier. It's definitely darkened it up a bit. There's a bit of a tint on it. It is quite badly damaged, that bumper, but it's similar to the front now, which I've done a few weeks back. It seemed to come up a wee bit better.
Right, hello everybody. So tonight we're going to have a go at changing the tyres on the Escort. So as you've probably been following, I've been looking for replacements for these Capri alloys that I just really don't think suit it. So what I've done is we've found some Steelies, 13-inch Steelies, the standard ones, and some wheel trims. I've ordered up some tyres, and a friend of ours very kindly letting us use his tyre changing equipment. This is nothing that I've ever tried before, so it's going to be an interesting challenge. It does look reasonably easy when you go into quick fit and the tyres get changed pretty quickly. So we'll give it a bash. And we'll get these tyres off. We've not got the new ones to fit tonight. They're going to be in at the end of the week, and I'm going to clean the wheels up a wee bit as well. So yeah, I'll be a wee bit of a gap in this, I guess. Right, turn that around this way. And we will do that. There we go. Right. Right, so the first part is get the valve off there. Want the valve off, the insert off of that. Just turn that. I mean, there's no pressure in these anyway, so take that out. It'll probably just fall out. There we go. That's that one out. Then move this round a wee bit. Right, we'll get this off get the bead broken, get it off the rim. Right, so we'll go here at this. Pretty easy, that one. I wouldn't advise getting my fingers or arms or legs stuck in one of these. It looks pretty powerful. Came off pretty easy. Like I said, we're not going to be reusing these tyres, you know, they're all knackered, they're all bald, so you know, if we do damage them, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Right, okay. Right, so next part, I guess a little bit trickier. We have to use these to clamp to the wheel, which should be interesting, so we'll give that a bash. I'll try to get that lined up best I can. Not a very flattering pose, but right, that looks pretty decent. It's not caught the rubber or anything, so it should now just be a case of bringing this arm over, press the correct foot pedal this time, or it will no doubt be the slowest tyre change in all history. Right, there we go. Watch, and then hasn't caught it. Get that again. Yeah, there we go. Right, well, halfway there, anyway. So... to get that through there. Arm out the road. Yeah, there we go. Let's do another one, see if we can do it in less than like 30 minutes this time. There we have it. Right, next step, we're going to get these just cleaned up a wee bit. We're just going to pressure washer them first. I put on some degreaser last night just to loosen up any crap, but yeah, just give them a quick clean and then we'll be getting them wire brushed. Right, let them dry off. Right, next step. So we're just going to use this wire wheel on the angle grinder, take away probably just a sort of inch around there. The rest will be covered by the wheel trims anyway. And the wheels don't look too bad, so it should be quite an easy job. Look alright, just a quick wire brush down there. We'll get some paint on those now. Right, so we're just using a basic zinc primer here, just a rattle can. That should do the job quite nicely. Right, last step, the steel wheel paint. Just a generic silver, so we'll see how that goes on.
we'll see how that dries, and then we just have to wait for these tyres to come. Hopefully in a couple of days we'll get them on. And last but not least is the removal of those hideous alloys. So what we've got is we've got the original 13-inch steelies there, we've got 4 brand new tyres, Kumho's 155/80 13s. I mean, they're absolutely tiny. We got them delivered. We fitted them up at our friend's house, and we got some original Ghia wheel trims. And we just put some tyre gel on there as well, just to give the tyres a wee bit of a shine. So I think it looks pretty cool at that. And round the other side. They're getting quite hard to come by now, these wheel trims. Really difficult to find, as are the steel wheels. But yeah, I mean, look at how skinny the tyres are. Really small. But yeah, so happy with that. There we go. Nice and neat. Right, so getting a little bit more time on the Escort to finish off some of the tidying up the bodywork. So back on this again. This is just this self-adhesive chrome vinyl. So I'm just going to fit some along these, because these are all badly worn here. Get the camera and give you a close-up. I did try some a few weeks ago and it seems to have stuck pretty well. So it hasn't come off on that one. It's just a bit dirty. So I think, yeah, we'll fit it along the rest of the car. It's either faded or fallen off. So we'll see how we got on with that one. Right, so there's the finished article. I think it looks pretty smart. Just put a little bit of plastic dressing on those as well. So for the sake of about a tenner for some vinyl off Amazon, it's made them look like new. Well, just about. Right, and that concludes the video on the Escort. So I hope everybody enjoyed that and stuck through it till the end. But we covered quite a lot of ground, so I think it's going to be maybe servicing next on it, or carburetor. I'm giving the game away what we're doing again. Carburetor again. I found a reconditioned carb with the auto choke still on it, so I think that's where we're at, putting that on. So we've also got some content coming from the SD1, which is now back from the paint shop. The Maestro, similar sort of video to this. Loads of little jobs I've been doing on it, never ending finishing off jobs. Yep, so we've got that one, got that, and we'll maybe do something on the XC90 round about
efficiency, and is it worth having a hybrid? So something a wee bit different. So we'll see if I can put something together on that. Oh, and we've got something on an XR3i convertible. So lots of interesting stuff coming up. Please remember to like, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.